Hi guys, so today I'm just going to walk you through like all of the books that I have for our upcoming year. My son just turned 6 like yesterday. So he's going to be in Form 1B and we're going to be starting in August. I've got a lot of books. I've been looking forward to this since before he was born. So I have a lot of stuff. A lot of it I've collected over many years. I think how I'm going to do this, I'm just going to go down the subject list in alphabetical order. So I'll start with art instruction. So we're going to be doing clay modeling, brush drawing, and blackboard drawing. So this is a manual of clay modeling, brush drawing, and blackboard drawing, and these are all from yesterday's classics. Okay, next up, now we have Bible, and obviously there's the Bible. We're actually going to be using this commentary, which contains basically a paraphrase of the Douay-Rheims Bible. And I think we're going to be doing that for Old Testament, so basically so we can get through more stories. So basically what a paraphrase does, it shortens it to like the essential parts, but it keeps like that nice, like Bible language that we want to preserve. So it's not dumbed down at all. I think it's easy for kids to understand, but it's still going to like challenge them. And I really like this commentary too. It is a Catholic commentary. It has like really good questions to ask the kids after the Bible, and like even I don't always know what I'm supposed to be getting out of it, so it's helpful for me too. I really like that one. And then we also have the Patterson-Smith commentaries that Charlotte Mason always assigned to her teachers to use. It's a teacher resource, so we don't read directly out of that. And then I have, this was kind of a cool find, it's the Bible in Art book. I just happened to thrift this one, and it has like a lot of famous works of art and paintings from the biblical stories. So I thought that would be fun to use too. And then I've got a Bible Atlas, the Golden Bible Atlas. That was recommended by A Delectable Education, and it's really awesome. I think we'll use it a lot. I've never really seen one of these before, and this is definitely a good one. And then we have Sunday reading. So this is a child's book of saints. This was actually assigned on Charlotte Mason's original programs, but I haven't seen a lot of people talk about it, or really anyone talk about it, but I think it's like fantastic. I would say like if it's definitely more like high church Anglican / Catholic from that perspective, so you may want to like look at it on the Internet Archive or something before you get it to see like if you're okay with it. And this is still in print too. You can buy it from like a new paperback from St. Augustine Academy Press. And then we have like our English language learning. So I just have the Getty Dubé Workbook A. Gives them lots of practice, like just making like squiggle lines, and they have a worksheet generator on their website too if your kid needs extra practice, which is free if you buy this. And I think I got it for like $10 or something on eBay. And yeah, I like the italics. I think that is a good option for something kind of in between, not like that style of print that we learned, but not quite the fancy kind of unreadable cursive either. I think this is like a good in between, and I enjoy that font. Okay, reading instruction. I have this Hey Wingo Reading with Phonics. We've actually already been going through this, and I like it. This is the teacher's edition. So it starts off with letter sounds. It has these really beautiful 1950s illustrations. I actually found out about this from the book Johnny Can't Read, which is about basically why you should teach your kid phonics, and this is what he recommended. And there's not a lot about this series online. There's really not a lot about it online, but the few reviews that were on Amazon were great. And it does these like blending ladders, which has actually been really helpful. It is a little Like the book itself, it's a little bit boring. We have been going through it, and I think it's really, really helping, especially if you have a child who struggles with blending. I believe the Abeka Phonics system was based off of this whole concept of the blending ladders. And I actually have another reading book coming today that's similar to this, from the same publishing company, the same era, but has more stories. So I'm really excited about that. I may make a whole video about reading instruction because it's definitely been like a journey. Okay, that was funny. So while I was filming, I saw the mail lady come, and she happened to bring this book that I was just talking about. It's called Basic Reading. It doesn't look like anything special, but there weren't actually a lot of phonetic readers that came out during this period. And this is basically exactly what I wanted. They read a few words, introduces the phonogram, they read a few words from it, and then they get to read a story. So I have really high hopes for this. I'm super excited about it, and I love how like thin it is, and this is all you need. I'm not a fan of these big fussy like reading programs with like a million different parts, and they're really expensive. And yeah, I really like these simple kind of like old-fashioned methods. Okay, geography. This is The New World at Home, and it's from Charlotte Mason Beehive. This was on the original CM programs. I love this book. I also don't see a lot of people talking about it, but I like it more than Little Folk in Many Lands, which, like, if my son gets good at reading, maybe I'll have him do this as a free read, because it's written on like a easy reader style, but I just don't love it as much as I love this. I feel like this is the Discovery Channel in the Victorian era for kids, and I learn a lot just by reading it, and I think my son is going to love it because he loves hearing about different countries and what people do there. So yeah, there's two parts to Charlotte Mason geography. The first is I don't know if she calls it cultural geography. You could kind of think of it almost as anthropology. So that's what this is. And then the second part is physical geography, which this book is great for that, written by Charlotte Mason. And then I also have outdoor geography, which gives you some ideas to get outdoors and learn about geography. And then the one thing I just happened to have this, but this has all the information about all the different landforms, because we are going to be making landforms in the sand trays. So I thought this would be a good help with that. History. So our history spine is going to be America Begins by Alice Dalglish. This is unfortunately out of print and really expensive online. I got really lucky and bought it at an estate sale many years ago. Just happened to be there, and yeah, I mean, like, get it from your library, whatever. It's great. It's beautiful. What I love about this book is that the chapters are really short, so really ideal for new narrators, and it's just written wonderfully, and it's, not too intimidating. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. We have a lot of historical supplements that we just had, but I think like our main ones that we are definitely going to read are these Dallaire. We're just going to be doing them, like reading them at night or in the afternoon or whatever. So we've got Columbus and Leif the Lucky, and then I'm going to get Pocahontas too. I just haven't gotten that one yet. Okay, literature. We have Tales. So I've got the Blue Fairy book, Andrew Lang. Also, like, can't miss. I feel like this is, like Charlotte Mason a must. Andrew Lang is an awesome writer, and these are his retellings of fairy tales from Grimm and Anderson, and it's a really awesome book. Another kind of like can't miss, 50 Famous Stories Retold, James Baldwin. I happened to find this really cute vintage copy for like $7 on eBay, so they're out there if you look. Aesop's Fables. This is the version with the prettiest illustrations. And then our term 1 free read is going to be 5 Little Peppers and How They Grew, and this is the one that the CMEC is recommending, so we're going to be following along with that. And I don't know much about this book, so I hope we end up liking it. So we've got math, and my philosophy with math is similar to my philosophy with reading. I don't like a lot of moving parts and manipulatives and, printing things in like things you have to prep, and I like something old-fashioned. So this is great. This is a book that tells you how to teach math, like all of arithmetic. And it's been really helpful just to read through this. And then this is basically going to be our math spine. You may recognize the name Upton from the Strayer-Upton arithmetic series. And those books that are still in print and very popular start in the 3rd grade, so this is a good option for like 1st and 2nd graders. And this, look at how thin it is. That's going to be our spine for 1st and 2nd grade. What I love about these old math books too is they're also written like on the child's reading level, so they can, ideally work independently. I just love that whole concept. It's just very old-fashioned, little word problems and introducing numbers and arithmetic. Okay, so this is the closest thing I could find to like a living math book that would help me read this to my son to introduce, the concepts that are in this book. And that was important to me because I want to make it interesting instead of me just sitting there explaining everything. And I think this is great. It actually explains like all of addition and subtraction, measuring, time. Yeah, like just those basic early math concepts that you really want to master. And then my goal for him is to like really get his addition facts down this year. So I asked on my Instagram stories, like, what do people use for that? And a lot of people brought this up, so we're probably going to try it. Because I looked at it a little bit, it sounds better than just going through flashcards. Let me know if you've used this or if you have some other method, but I thought it sounded like a good idea. Okay, so modern language, we're going to be doing French for our modern language. I saw another mom on Instagram and she really recommended this for speaking French. It kind of follows that Charlotte Mason method of, or it's the Gouin method where you are like speaking and pointing to things. So like each lesson just gives you like a script for the teacher to say and then what the students are supposed to say. So we're going to try to work through this. Like I don't have that high hopes of French. What I'm more excited about with French is actually reading these little stories in French, because these are like books that have been so well loved in my house, and I think like my toddler especially will feel included when we can read through these. And I think if we just read one of these per term and we read it every week, I feel like we'll learn a lot, because like everyone knows these books and they just go around the room basically saying goodnight to things and learning little phrases. So we're just going to, and this would teach like the days of the week and food items. So we're just going to like immerse ourselves in the story and take what we can from it and not put like a lot of pressure on, we didn't do enough for French. Like just if we do it at all, I will be happy. And then this is basically our French dictionary. It's Babar's Big Book of Words. It's really adorable. Kind of like a Richard Scarry book, goes through and names all of the French things. Super cute. Okay, nature study. I've got quite a few nature study books. So we've got 2 parts to nature study, like going out and doing nature study in the field and then reading natural history books. So we've got the Buckley book, Arabelle Buckley book, Birds of the Air. I love these books. I don't know why, but there's just something about them that I haven't seen in any other book. They are like easy to understand and engaging, but like teach so much stuff in such a beautiful way. And I'm like more of a nonfiction reader, I think too. And I think a lot of people have this misconception that living books are always like a story, and I don't think that they are. I think that a lot of the time what they are is just a really well-written nonfiction book, and that's what these are, and I love them. And if you're gonna get one thing, get this. And then we've got the Burgess Seashore book for children. I'm gonna be like totally honest, I don't love Burgess, but everyone else seems to. I don't know if my kid is going to like it, so we'll just see. And then going off the sea creature theme, we've got Holling's Pagoo, and this is a story about a hermit crab. My son's like obsessed with sea creatures, so I think this will be a hit. It looks awesome. I'm hiding it so he doesn't see it until lesson time. Then we've got some nature study references for me, a nature study guide by Fresnel. This is nice because it gives ideas for different seasons. It's great. And then, of course, the Handbook of Nature Study, which is organized by, like the type of thing that you're studying. Okay, poetry. Keeping it really simple with poetry, we've got Sing Song by Christina Rossetti. We're just going to be studying Christina Rossetti all year and memorizing some of her poems. And then I have the Favorite Poems Old and New, which I haven't really looked at yet, but it's also illustrated by Leonard Weisgart, which I was excited about because he's one of my favorite illustrators. So I'm really looking forward to reading some of these. So that's pretty much it for like our main spines. Of course, I have like tons of supplements and other things, but those are the books that we are definitely going to read. We're not going to read all of them. We're definitely not going to read all of them every day, but those are going to be like our core curriculum. I'm super excited about all of them. I may do another video that shows like the things that we're going to be using. I can maybe do one that I show like other supplementary books or historical supplements if people are interested in seeing that. And I think I am going to be making a video just talking about reading and phonics and what that's been like and my thoughts on that. But if you enjoyed this, subscribe. I'll try to get more updates on how all of this goes, and I hope you enjoyed seeing all of this and you can take some inspiration.